What if your next top-selling destination offered wild safaris, stunning coastlines, and untapped cruise potential? In this episode of the Compass Conversations, we're diving into why Kenya is making some major moves. Join me, Denella Ri'chard, as I talk with Captain William Ruto of Kenya Ports Authority and Fiona Ingessa of the Kenya Tourism Board. From what to do in Mombasa to the powerful Kenya and Seychelles connection, we'll talk about all that. This is your inside look at why travel advisors should have Kenya on their radar. Well, hello, Captain. Hello, Fiona. Now, Captain, did I say your name right, Captain Ruto?
Yes, that's correct.
That's okay?
Yeah, that's
all right.
okay.
You know, sometimes my Louisiana accent makes it sound a little different, but I did okay.
That's acceptable.
All right. Very good, very good. Well, welcome to Sea Trade. Is this your first time here at Sea Trade?
No, it's not my first time.
All right, you're a veteran. Fiona, it's your first time. All right. Well, of course, this is the biggest cruise industry event of the year. This is where everyone comes together. And of course, we have been hearing amazing things about Kenya, your cruise itineraries, the cruise ships that are coming into Kenya, and then of course, not just cruising there, but of course, having a land vacation there as well. But Captain, I want you to tell me what's going on in Kenya with these cruise itineraries and destinations.
Yeah, Kenya now is a proud country that's we are really promoting the cruise tourism, and we want to exploit what is known as the blue economy. And Kenya is the destination that everybody ought to go to. We have so many packages that we can give, is from the sea to the land side, from the white beaches of Mombasa to the Masai Mara. Those are the kind of destination that anybody would wish to visit.
Absolutely. So tell me about Mombasa. That is the major port in Kenya where most of the cruise ships come into?
Yeah, Mombasa port is, we call it as a gateway to Eastern Central Africa. We serve more than 8 countries. That all of East Africa, and the country and the population we serve is about 500 million people. And why do we say Kenya is the destination? Kenya is, we can say sometimes, we call ourselves a magical Kenya. And with my colleague here, we sell Kenya as a product. And when we sell Kenya as a product, the port provides that interface where passengers are able to land. As a port, we've invested in the cruise tourism. We've built a cruise terminal. We have the kind of infrastructure that is required. We have an international airport, which is less than 5 kilometers away, which is about 15 minutes. And we have also what's known as a standard gauge railway, which is less than, again, 10 minutes drive. And we are organizing, going forward, to have a tourist use the train just less than 15 meters away from the quay. That is what we are planning to do, because the rail comes all the way to the port. So we have the rail which carries cargo, and there is a rail also, the same rail that is used also to carry passengers.
So you can take from the airport or from the city, you can take the rail to the cruise port now?
What we say, we have several intermodal transportation. In terms of air, you can also use air. In terms of train. In fact, now what we are planning to do is that the nearest game reserve is a Savo, which is about, takes less than 1.5 hours by train. And by drive is 2.5 hours or 3 hours. So what we're trying to plan now is that when a cruise ship is there, we organize with the railway people to bring the passenger train all the way to the ports where the cruise ship will be stopping, so that the passengers can be able to have more time in the game reserve.
I love that. That is amazing. Wow.
It's quite amazing.
Because cruise passengers usually don't get that experience, you know, with the animals and be able to get up close and personal.
And in
So it gives
Kenya,
them
you
that.
have at least you can be guaranteed the big five. You can at
Yes.
least get to see
Now name the big five.
the big five. We have the lion, elephant, rhino, and
The
buffalo.
yes,
Yes, I've
yeah,
mentioned,
and the leopard.
and the leopard.
Yes.
Okay.
Even the
very
cheetah
good.
is there. The cheetah
Very
is
good.
also there.
All right, yes.
So-
And that's what people want to see.
Yeah,
They want to
that
come and
one I
see
can
the big
guarantee you.
five.
The big five you will not
Yeah.
miss.
Exactly. So Fiona, let's talk a little bit about the destination. Let's talk about all the things to do when visiting Kenya. So of course, safari is the obvious. Let's talk about that first. So tell me about some of the safari experiences travel advisors should be recommending to their clients. What can their clients expect when they go on safari?
Thank you, Denella, for that. Kenya is amazing. Its reputation is around safari because iconic safari is guaranteed. So when you talk of cruise and combine it with safari, then you get the blue safari. That gives you get to discover the magic of cruise, but also discover the iconic wildlife safaris that Kenya has to offer. We have over 200 conservation areas in Kenya.
Wow.
So out of it, we have 45 parks and reserves, but you also have 170 conservancies, which are community conservancies and also private conservancies. Yes, you must be there to appreciate the conservation, to appreciate the wildlife, and also how this is one system where it combines community, tourism, business, and also conservation of wildlife. So it's an amazing combination that visitors get to experience when they come to Kenya. But not only that, when you look at the over 200 conservation areas, Amboseli is one of the nearest also. Apart from Savo, you get to go to Amboseli, but apart from just doing a general game drive, you're also able to do a scientific tour to discover the elephants, to understand their history, to understand how they live every day. So you get a deep dive to understand how wildlife actually works and the conservation efforts you're doing.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, that is the southern part of Kenya. Of course, it's called the Soul of Wildlife. When you look at the Masai Mara, the Chulu Hills, when you look at Savo, when you look at Amboseli. But beyond that, when you go to northern Kenya, you discover another amazing destination. For example, Samburu. Samburu, that's where you discover amazing cultures. They are called the butterfly people, which for me, it's the most amazing culture in Kenya. We have over 40 cultures in Kenya, but these Samburu people, actually, you get to spend a day with the Samburu warriors. It can be half a day, it can be a full day, it can be 3 days, but then you get to immerse yourself in cultural experience that is amazing. When you look at the Kenya coast, besides the beaches, what you can also do, because it's part of safari and combining it with beach, combining it with urban experiences, you get to also experience the heritage. We have about 3 UNESCO World Heritage Sites along the Kenya coast. Actually, now it's 4, because we have the Fort Jesus, we have Gede Monument, we have the Lamu Archipelago, and you also have the Kaya Forests. So if you want adventure, if you want heritage, if you want culture, if you want safari, Kenya has it all. So for those who are happy in partying and discovering the city and the people and how they live every day, you can do cooking in Mombasa, Swahili lessons. So there's a lot more even within Mombasa, in addition to the amazing safari destinations that we have across Kenya. So there is a lot. And actually, when you arrive, for example, in Nairobi, every single destination is just about 45 minutes away by flight to any destination in Kenya. So Kenya is very well connected and amazing experiences that are available.
Now, people always hear about the Great Migration. They think that's the only time to visit Kenya.
Yes.
When should people think about visiting Kenya, other than just the Great Migration? Now, tell us, when is the Great Migration, though? When does that take place?
Let me start with the fact that Kenya is an all-year-round destination.
Thank you.
Because of the amazing weather, you can be in Kenya from January to December. The migration is only between July and October. But even when you go to Mara and any other parks, you're guaranteed of the big 5 throughout the year. So while majority are focused on the migration, why not come during the green season? Green season is between February and June. You get very lower rates. You're able to experience the destination in a different way without the masses.
All right, you said
So
lower
that is
rates during that period?
Yeah.
Exactly, because of demand. So
Our
the rest
travel
go up.
advisors definitely want to know about that.
Exactly.
And you
So
said,
the-
when is that again?
February.
February to?
February to June is in
All
green
right.
season, so anytime
All right.
around that will be perfect for the travel advisors to encourage their clients to actually come to Kenya at a lower rate. Yes, yes,
Outstanding.
yes.
Outstanding. And Captain, let's talk a little bit more again about some of the cruise aspects. Who are some of the cruise lines that are sailing into Kenya, into the Mombasa port?
We have the Norwegian cruise,
Norwegian cruise? Okay, I used
The
to work for
Viking.
Norwegian Cruise Line.
the Viking,
Ah, Viking, that's an amazing
the
one.
Crystal.
Crystal's high end, big money.
Yeah, we have several. Some years back, we used to have the American Holland America Resort.
Holland America, I worked
Holland
for them
America.
too once upon a time.
And it was really great. I
Yeah.
remember a time when we used to have 3 cruise ships at one go.
Yeah.
We have the Nautica again. Then we have Hellenic. So we have
So more and more cruise lines
more.
are
Even
coming
the
in,
MSC,
and they're
cruise
adding
again.
Kenya to their itineraries.
They're adding Kenya to itinerary.
That is outstanding.
And they can do a very good circuit, the Indian Ocean circuit, where you start with Seychelles.
Yes.
You go to Mauritius, Reunion.
Oh, Seychelles, Mauritius, Reunion, Kenya. Oh my
Kenya,
God,
even
that is an
Madagascar.
amazing cruise, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's wonderful.
And then, but once they
Zanzibar.
get into Mombasa, what is there to do? Some of the things when people are getting off the ship, what are they doing when they're in Mombasa?
They do so many things. As she has said, those ones who want to go to the white beaches, they can go and do the beaches. They can go do the snorkeling, the diving, whatever you want to do. You can also visit the heritage places like Mombasa Fort Jesus. You can also, within a very short time, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, you are already there.
All right.
You can go to Shimba Hills again, to even the walk itself. It's a park again. You can see, at least you will not miss 1 or 2 of the big 5.
Yes.
You can also visit, the old town to see, the culture,
Yes.
the people who are there.
Exactly.
So really, we have several options that when you go, you will not miss anything to go.
Yes.
There is a town safari. The town safari is going to the beaches, going to the heritage centers, visiting the beach hotels, and so many other places.
Right.
Yeah, list
Well,
we
I have
have.
visited Kenya several times. I love Kenya. I look forward to coming back and visiting Kenya. I look forward to seeing what you guys have been doing in Mombasa with the port and seeing the expansion there. So, Fiona, if you had to give the top 5 reasons travel advisors should be recommending and selling Kenya, what are the top 5?
Number 1 is dual identity for the coast and safari. Number 2, the sheer diversity across Kenya, even just within the Kenya coast. Number 3 is all year round factor. Whether you're coming for cruise, you can always come back and experience the land itself after the cruise. So there's a lot more to do all year round. Then number 4, the fact that Kenya is a leader in sustainability across Africa.
Yes.
When it comes to geothermal, when it comes to conservation efforts, when it comes to also us working with the companies like EcoSol in terms of just cleaning the ocean, so that people get to experience, have a better experience in our seas and oceans and key destinations. And also, that's number 4. Number 5 is...
Go with the big 5.
The big 5 is definitely...
That's obvious, right?
But I think the last one is about the Kenyan people.
Oh,
The
for
Kenyan
sure.
people, because of the warmth and the smiles and the fact that everybody comes for safari.
Yes.
When they go back, they say, I'm coming back for the people. And
Yes.
you'll experience everywhere from the port to the hotels to the attractions. You'll meet with the Kenyan people, which
And
is
all
a
of
really
that.
amazing attraction that brings people back to Kenya.
And all of that really makes it magical, Kenya.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, as we close out, let's do a little Swahili lesson. Let's teach the travel advisors some Swahili. So how do they say hello? Jambo.
Yes.
All right. And how do they say goodbye?
Kwaheri.
Kwaheri.
Yes.
And how do they say thank you?
Asante.
Asante. So with that, I will say asante. Thank you so much. It has been wonderful having the opportunity to meet both of you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time here at Sea Trade. And I look forward to having a chance to visit Kenya again and see you there. And one last thing, where do you want to tell travel advisors to go for more information whether they're looking for information about the port or about the destination itself?
You can go to magicalkenya.com,
Okay.
but also kenyaportauthority.co.ke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So you'll get all the information there is, and soon we'll be sharing with you more cruise info packs that they can also use when planning their itineraries. Yes.
All right. Kenya is making waves as both a cruise and land destination. From Mombasa's vibrant port to powerful partnerships across the region. If this episode gave you fresh ideas to sell Kenya, be sure to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and share the Compass Conversations with your fellow travel pros. Let's help clients discover more, one port at a time.